Hey, what's up, guys? DVG124, and I am here with Orange Abomination.
Hey, what's up, guys? Orange Abomination.
Today, we are going to be doing an album review of the Aquabats, their very first studio album, The Return of the Aquabats, released in 1995. This album has 10 tracks. It's about 34 minutes in length, released June 13th, the start of it all. We both just finished listening to it again, and now we're going to give you our thoughts, see what tracks we liked, which ones we didn't like, give you our least and favorite tracks, and then rank it out of 10. So let's go. Should we just talk about what we thought was good first? The good, the
Yeah.
bad? All right. So
So,
for this
first of
album,
all,
there's a lot of highlights for sure.
yeah. mhm.
Um, I feel like this album had a pretty strong opening with songs like Play-Doh and Martian Girl, which, if you don't know, actually got remastered and put on their second studio album, The Fury of the Aquabats. But we're not talking about that album right now. We're talking about this one. So, very strong start. What do you think about the song Play-Doh?
I thought it was pretty good overall, all around. But personally, I preferred Martian Girl over it. But they're both still good, really good songs.
Yeah, Martian Girl, probably one of the best songs on this album. One of the best Aquabats songs in general, I believe. Um, Great storytelling, great all around from the trumpets, the saxophones. It very very nice track, indeed. And then we move on to the third track, Ska Robot Army. What do you think about this track?
This one, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, especially since it was following up Martian Girl, which is arguably the best song on the entire album. So it had a lot to like follow up,
For
but you can't
Ska
always
Robot
expect
Army, it wasn't.
like
They didn't.
yeah.
It wasn't really doing much. It was more of a. It was. It was more of just instruments. It wasn't. It wasn't like a full fledged song type of thing. I. It's one of
You
my
can't
least favorites on this album.
you can't always expect the best songs to be in the middle of the album, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
They're always saved for the beginning and the end.
But then that song is followed up by the next one. I believe an Idiot Box. Idiot Box. My opinion, pretty solid record. Not better than Play-Doh or Martian Girl, but definitely step up from Ska Robot Army. Um, One of the
Mm.
better ones on this track list. Thoughts, Orange Abomination,
Yeah,
on
I
Idiot
thought
Box?
Idiot Box was pretty good. Not amazing by any means, but pretty good overall.
You have to keep in mind this record was made from almost nothing, and what they were able to do with all these instruments and bringing it all together like that, impressive, impressive. Next up, we have Pinch and Roll. This is a controversial one among fans. This one, well, Orange Abomination, I want to hear what your take is on this one first.
This one I really wasn't a big fan of. I didn't hate it per se, but like I just it's one of those where where sometimes if it comes up, I might skip it.
Yeah, Pinch and Roll is using their. This whole album uses a formula of repetition where they keep on repeating, and it isn't catchy. It doesn't really work as well, and because it's one of the lower rated tracks I have for this album. But after that, we have Tarantula, and a little mixed on it, but overall, I believe Tarantula is not bad by any means. I feel like it's decent. The only main, I mean, the storytelling is there. The trumpets, the drums, the guitar is there. I like how it slows it down, breaks it down, and then jumps back into it. I love how it does that. The only critique I have, it keeps on the MC Bat Commander keeps on repeating Tarantula. But that's what this album's gonna be like. That's what the Aquabats music's gonna be like. Repetition, trying to get it stuck in your head. Um, I didn't think it was bad by any means. What do you think about it, Orange Abomination?
A lot of the same things you said, like the repetition with not just this song, but pretty much the entire album is just a lot of repetition, which it can work, but with this song, it really doesn't. But overall, Tarantula is still a pretty good song. So
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
next,
And
so
next
next
up,
song.
we have Marshmallow Man. I want to hear what your take is on this one.
Personally, I was not the biggest fan of Marshmallow Man. Again, with like all the other songs,
Hmm.
repetition and all that.
Understandable. Um, I didn't think Marshmallow's song was necessarily bad. I mean, the I feel like the lyrics bring this down. The trumpets, the trombones, the saxophones, they bring it every single time. Um, the lyrics though, the writing, I don't think it works. It feels like it in terms of that stuff, it could have been rushed. And that then we're followed with Aquabats March. Now for this one, I didn't care for it at all. If I were to hear this, if I had the Aquabats discography on a shuffle and this came up, I'm skipping this instantly. The Aquabats March is not it. It's not a full fledged song. It's not doing anything special. It's not. It's one of the weaker ones.
It's mostly just instrumentals. There's not a lot of lyrics in it.
It's
The one
necessarily
good
isn't
thing
a
I
bad thing, but
Yeah,
it's
the one good thing I do have to say is the drum work was pretty good, but that you can't base your entire song off of drum
yeah.
work.
It all
You
has to
gotta
come
have more.
together and make the full song. That's why you have Martian Girl as for me being the best song in the album. And then now we are left with CD Repo Man. So for me, I ranked all these songs on a scale of 1 to 10 to see like kind of where I was with them, and I think I might have been a little too harsh on this one, just because simply the lyrics, the repetition. I was getting this might have been the song I was feeling more of a jazz type of play where they'd break it down a little bit, and it was that might have been Tarantula too. I'm not quite sure, but CD Repo Man, I was a little mixed on it. Uh, overall, I overall mid in my opinion. I'm not sure. What's your take on it, Orange Abomination?
Mhm. Yeah, overall had some good things going for it, some bad things for it. Overall, it's a decent song.
And now that leaves us with the finale track, and this one is the longest track on the album, one of the longest tracks uh, in the Aquabats' entire discography, being over 5 minutes long. What do you think about the finale track of their debut studio album, The Return of the Aquabats? It's crazy, man.
I think length can be a good and a bad thing because if it's a bad song and it goes on for a long time, then it's worse. But if it's a really good song and it goes on for a while, so
The truth is on this one, it's you could it had heart. It wanted to be an electric, powerful finale, just like it started. The album started off great. It's trying to gain its momentum back and do a crazy finale, but it doesn't do it. There's only about 3 minutes worth of content in here, and then the track actually goes silent for a full minute, and then there's some clapping at the end, and then that's it. So it's only about a three minute song anyways, and it wasn't. They were trying to do all this powerful thing to pretty much to cap off their first studio album, and it doesn't work. They should have. I mean, they lost the momentum after Martian Girl. Okay, um, it's crazy, man. I want to say it's a great song. The
just mainly
trumpets,
because
the
that
horns,
minute
they
long
bring it.
silence
There's a minute long silence, and
that really threw me off. I thought like
there's no point of it being
I
there.
thought something was wrong with my Spotify the first time I listened to it.
Exactly. Um, I was excited. I was like, oh god, 5 minutes, a 5 minute fucking Aquabats track. Oh hell yeah, but no. Um, one of the weaker ones. Uh, horns are gonna bring it. The horns have been bringing it every single time, which is quite surprising. Even the drums haven't done it. Um, I feel like the drums have done it in later records, but that's for future videos. So that's the entire album. I'm feeling I'm feeling a light to decent 6 out of 10 on this one.
Yeah, I'm feeling a decent 6 overall.
Least favorite track. That's tough. Least favorite track. Oh, gotta go Pinch and Roll. The only reason why I don't
Yeah,
pick Ska Robot Army is because I don't think Ska Robot Army was a full-fledged song. I think it was more of like an intermission skit type of thing. So I gotta go Pinch and Roll,
just
man.
filler.
I gotta go Pinch and Roll. Well, what would you say your least favorite track is?
I would have to say either Pinch and Roll or Marshmallow Man. It's honestly a tie for me.
That's fair. All right, now for the final track or the our favorite tracks. Let's go like 2, 3 of our favorite tracks. For me, it's tough. I gotta go Play-Doh, Martian Girl, and Idiot Box for my top 3 favorites. How about you?
My top three, number three would be Play-Doh, number two, Idiot Box, number one, Martian Girl.
Martian Girl, yeah. So yeah, those were our least favorite tracks and favorite tracks. We both gave it a good 6 out of 10, and yeah, that's gonna do it. Next review, Fury of the Aquabats.